Before we begin, I want to make sure that you have the Unleashing You retreat on your radar, because just the fact that you're tuning into this podcast means the Unleashing You retreat is right up your alley. The reason I created the Unleashing You retreat is because as women, we tend to look to everyone else for the answers. We somehow think that everyone else knows better than we do, when in reality, tapping into your own intuition is actually the key to living a happy and fulfilled life. And that's how I've created the career and life I have now, and what we'll teach you how to do during this retreat. An inner shift like this will leave you with tools that you'll use for the rest of your life. This retreat is so much more than a girls' trip. This is a transformation. If I've piqued your interest, I want to personally invite you to join us in Steamboat Springs, Colorado on September 19th through the 22nd. During our time together, we will go through coaching workshops and other deep personal development activities that will uncover aspects of yourself you never even knew. Work like this would take months or years to do on your own, and we're going to get you there in just a few short days. Not to mention, we'll be staying in a gorgeous mountain home, complete with a private chef, so you don't have to lift a finger. If you are ready for a pampering getaway where you can recharge your batteries and feed your soul, send me a message on Instagram or visit acrprofessionalcoaching.com to learn more and reserve your spot. Spots are very limited, so do not wait. And I'll see you in the mountains. Now, let's get on to today's show. Welcome to Unleashing You. This podcast is your permission slip to create success your way. I'm your host, Amanda Riffey, a certified success coach and female business leader who has climbed her way up the corporate ladder. I've been through burnout and back and found the tools to bring fun and enjoyment to my career while creating powerful results and leading in a way that feels authentic to me. This show brings you conversations with women just like you who have created massive success for themselves and are doing it in their own way. We'll hear about their personal journeys of growing their career while still prioritizing the things they love most. If you are ready to be challenged and encouraged to reach your next level, then buckle up, sister, because the road to dreamy success begins here. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the Highest Self bonus series. In this series, I am sharing my own personal stories. I am getting real, I'm getting vulnerable, and my intention here is that these stories inspire you and motivate you to take action on something that has been tugging at you for a while that maybe you've been putting off or ignoring. Today is the day. And so in this story today, I am wanting to talk to you about how I found my purpose and how I do the same thing for the clients that I work with as well. So you know that those times in your life when you suddenly realize that you've just been going through the motions? Maybe you've been in your job for a while and you can do it with your eyes closed. Maybe you're on autopilot with your family schedule and every day is like Groundhog Day. That was me just a little over a year ago. Right around New Year's Eve, I have an entire practice dedicated to reflecting on how much I've grown the previous year and creating a vision of where I want to go next. Well, let me tell you, 2022 was a year I never could have predicted while setting my New Year's intentions. So let me just set the stage for you. I was doing great at work. I was being recognized. My team was in a good place. Their growth had skyrocketed, and they were running on their own with very little effort from me. The projects that I was working on felt easy. I knew exactly what to do, and I could do a fantastic job without giving it too much thought. I also had more free time than I'd had in a long time. Now, don't get me wrong. Y'all know I love downtime, but I also like to keep it balanced. I'm still an achiever after all. So that's when I realized that I had gotten comfortable. Okay, you might be thinking okay, why is that a problem? Comfortable sounds great. And I do totally get that. But I am someone that does her best work when I am challenged. I need to be stretching myself and working towards something new and big. That's what makes my soul sing. So this space where I feel too comfortable is not a place I find myself in too often. And I knew that if I was that comfortable, just going through the motions, I could be doing everything with my eyes closed, that it meant I was no longer growing. And growth is very important to me. I even have a pine tree tattoo on my wrist that reminds me that no matter how old I get, I need to always keep growing, just like the pine trees. Everyone gets to live their life how they want. But I am guessing that if you are here listening to my story, then you're a little like me and you don't want to sit on your potential. You want to get the most out of this life. The thing with me is that once something hits my awareness, it is impossible to avoid. I then, from that moment on, know I have to tackle it head on. However, I had no idea what my next steps were. I knew I wanted more, but what the heck more was still a mystery to me. With all of this free time, I thought, why not use it to better our financial situation? I've heard many times that financial freedom comes from diversifying your income. I knew I didn't want to just get any part-time job, and that this was my chance to do something that really lit me up. So I did an exercise that you can do as well, especially as we are at the start of a brand new year. There's really no better time than now. So here's what I did. I looked at my calendar. By the way, I live and breathe by my calendar. My entire life is on it. So I looked at my calendar and I asked myself, what are the projects and conversations you love having? And then follow that up with, what are the things that you secretly hope get canceled? Sit with that for just a minute. What are the projects and conversations you love having? And what are the things that you actually hope get canceled? So for me, sitting at my desk, staring at my beautifully color-coordinated calendar, something became abundantly clear. The two things that I realized I loved were one-on-ones with my team and professional and personal development activities. So after staring and reflecting for an hour or two, I concluded that whatever I did next needed to work with people one-on-one or in small groups, but as close to one-on-one as possible, and have an impact on personal growth. Perfect. I'd found my dream side gig, right? Work had been done. I mean, not really, because I personally knew of no part-time job that fit those qualifications. So next came internet research. Yep, I went straight to Google and I followed every rabbit hole that sparked my interest. I continued to follow my curiosity and I didn't hold myself back with logic of what may or may not be possible for me. And that I think is key. I did not hold myself back with logic because we can really quickly put ourselves in a box or talk ourselves out of something that we have genuine interest in. So this continued for several evenings and I was loving it, already feeling so lit up just by even the possibility of creating income and impact at the same time. There were quite a few options that felt like they could work, but I wasn't completely sold. That is until I came across coaching. It seemed like the perfect fit. Coaching would allow me to work one-on-one with clients. Check. Talk about personal growth every single day. Check. Create my own schedule. Check. Increase my financial income. Double check. Sign me up. I had found the thing for me that had checked all my boxes. And since that time, which was just September of 2022, by the way, I have started my own business. And I have to put a little caveat here. Even having a business degree, I had no idea how to do any of this, just so you know. I did not know how to get an LLC, build a website, write client contracts, set up payment methods. Every single thing was new. So I could put a lot of bullet points under started my own business. But I also reached over 100 coaching hours working one-on-one with career-driven clients. I received multiple coaching certifications and credentials. I changed my job responsibilities at work to include leadership coaching for VPs and above. I invested financially in my own coaching. I launched this podcast. I was asked to be a trainer for new coaches going through the same program that I went through myself. I reduced my hours in my corporate role to spend more time on my business. I created and launched multiple coaching packages, learned how to sell and find new clients in a way that feels so aligned with me. And I'm putting together and hosting my first in-person women's event in February. So I say all of this to highlight how quickly things can accelerate when you are working on something that you are passionate about. When I tapped into my purpose, the results moved into overdrive. And I can't go through my results without talking about the mindset shifts that I experienced through finding my passion. And I honestly cannot think of any other year in my life where I've had that many big shifts and results. So here are a few examples that have come up for me. Who am I to think I could do that? I'll look silly putting myself out there. I need everyone to like me. And people who know me for a long time know that that is 100% true. I need everyone to like me. I'm not smart enough to do that. What if I fail? That success is meant for someone else. That's not for me. I'm not ready. I'm not worthy of that. I'm not smart with money. And you know, one that has been part of my life for a while is success means sacrifice. If you haven't listened to the other episodes in this series, I highly encourage you to go back and listen to those as well. So my new mantra is feel the fear and do it anyway. I am getting really good at being completely terrified and taking action anyway, because I know it's worth it. Every single time, something great is on the other side. And I am done holding myself back and missing out on all of this amazingness. And guess what? The only thing that changed was me. It turns out I was capable of all of this before. I just couldn't see it. I couldn't dream that big for myself. I hadn't found the thing that was going to perfectly package up all of my strengths and abilities. And that's what I do for my clients too. I don't help them become coaches. I help them find their special thing. They come to me when they are feeling stuck, burned out, lost, or overwhelmed. Or yes, even if they've just gotten too comfortable and know they are meant for more. I help them get clear on their values, passions, their gifts, their superpowers. And those become the key that unlocks their next level of success, whatever that might mean for them. It could be a promotion. It could be starting their own business. It could be making a really scary career change. It could be just craving more balance in their life. We unlock the ability for them to dream really big for themselves. And most importantly, put those plans into motion. I promise you, if you have a dream on your heart, it is there for a reason. And it is possible for you. If even a small part of you didn't think that that dream was possible, it wouldn't even be on your radar. For example, I have zero desire to be a deep sea diver. So that dream has never even entered the picture for me. But I do dream of speaking on large stages and impacting women in a big way. So yes, I do believe that that's possible for me. When you approach your career and your life with that mindset, you can move mountains. I know this to be true. I want this growth for you too. So let me leave you with this question. What would I be doing if I was guaranteed to succeed? Sit with that. What would I be doing if I was guaranteed to succeed? Don't overthink it. Whatever comes to mind, that's your dream. It's time to turn your dream into a reality. I really hope that you all have enjoyed the Highest Self series as much as I have enjoyed creating it. Please don't be a stranger. Reach out, send me a message. I want to know how this lands for you. I want to know the actions that you're taking after listening to each and every one of these episodes. I truly believe that we all have the potential to become our highest self. And it all starts with you.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you'd like to continue this conversation, connect with me on Instagram and say hello. You can find me at AmandaRiffey_coaching. In the meantime, if you know you are ready to step into your next level of success and want to completely accelerate your personal and professional growth, let's work together. I offer one-on-one and group coaching, as well as on-demand self-study options. There's really something for everyone. To learn more, visit my website at acrprofessionalcoaching.com or send me a DM on Instagram and start a conversation. And don't worry, I truly want all of us to succeed, so I promise I will never steer you wrong. Let's create a career and life you love. Chat with you again soon.